Hey folks, here OS and VTXReviews.com. You're watching our video review of the Samsung 7 Slate. This is actually a Windows 7 Home Premium tablet that can be upgraded to Windows 8, which is actually what we have here. It's a pretty interesting Windows tablet because it actually has a Intel Core i5 chipset underneath the hood, coupled with 4GB of RAM and 64 or 128GB of solid-state memory. So it's a lot more powerful than your traditional Android tablet or a traditional Windows tablet, which typically uses an Intel Atom CPU. As such, you can expect performance to be matching the caliber and level of mid-end laptops in the size and the design of a tablet, which is actually great. The price point, however, is something that's slightly troublesome. That at over $1,000, it's quite expensive to get your hands on one of these, especially because the parts kind of add up to the value. So if you are looking for a cheap tablet computer, this is definitely not going to be the one for you just because of the price tag alone. The front of the device features a webcam for you to take images and pictures with, and it works pretty well. You can take selfies if you want to, record videos. It's great for Skype calling and also for WeChat applications. The bottom device features a mechanical key for you to press to take you into the Windows key or the standard application key, and in Windows 8 it takes you to the standard kind of Metro UI and swaps back and forth between the tiles and the traditional OS. The bottom of the device features a dock connector for you to get the accessory dock, which costs around $60 and extends the functionality by providing a full-sized HDMI port and also an additional USB port. The two left and right-hand edges offer stereo speakers. As far as sound quality is considered on this tablet, it's extremely strong. We found that playing back YouTube videos and the such provided a really loud experience that was very rich and three-dimensional sounding. If you can also use Bluetooth, it works even better. It has Bluetooth 3.0 enabled, so it's going to work pretty well with your headphones and the such. It also comes, of course, with a 3.5mm headphone jack if you are someone that cares a lot about your audio technology. The right-hand side of the device features a charging port, which is semi-proprietary, a mini HDMI port, a volume rocker that's very easy to press, a 3.5mm headphone jack that also dubs as the microphone input jack, and only one USB 2.0 port. This is one of the greatest flaws of this device, is it only has one USB port, which prevents users from, again, extending too much memory and too many accessories onto the product. Samsung, I think, went a little bit too minimalistic there, but you can, again, use your flash drives or use a hub to expand the functionality. The right-hand side features a lock key and also a power on and off key and an LED indicator, whereas the back of the unit houses a 3.0 megapixel autofocus camera for taking back images and HD video, and also has a plastic look that resembles the look of plastic, of metal actually, and there's some ventilation holes. Something that you should take a note of is that the device is made extremely well and it feels very premium in the hand despite being made out of plastic. Has a great sense of durability in the hand. That said, the device definitely heats up more than your traditional Android Intel Atom CPU powered tablet, especially comparable with most modern day Windows 8 devices out there. And that's because this device will heat up quite a bit and the fan will kick in after you start using it for about 30 minutes. And as a result, the product becomes a little bit heated and a little bit less comfortable to hold because of the heat accumulating on the back, and there's going to be a little bit more noise than a traditional Windows 8 device. So the downside, of course, of a more powerful CPU is that you're going to have a noisier fan speed and slightly more heat going on the back. As far as battery life is considered, this device is pretty good. It's lasted us about 5 to 6 hours in our test with basic web browsing and then turning the device off and on occasionally. As far as boot up speeds are considered, this product is pretty fast. It's easy to go to sleep and easy to wake up again, which we were impressed with overall. Natively, the device ships with only Windows, kind of the Internet Explorer as the native web browser, but you can also extend to Chrome and other different platforms, of course, if you want to do that. Pinch to zoom using Internet Explorer is very lucid, again, because this is Windows 8, so it's been optimized for touch, and everything works extremely fast, and Wi-Fi connection is really good. Unfortunately, this tablet actually does not offer a solution for you to use this doesn't offer you a solution in order of a 3G capability on board, so it doesn't have a SIM card slot for you to actually put in a SIM card or a 4G card for you to use on the road. It only is limited just to Wi-Fi, so you are limited again to hotspots and different coffee shops and at home when you're using this device. Still, as you can see here, the processor speed is extremely snappy and you will have no problems at all loading up even the most complex of pages. If you wanted, for example, to show up the New York Times, it's going to load up pretty easily. You can swap back and forth between different keyboards. There's a traditional keyboard here, and this is the split keyboard from Microsoft. As you can see here, sometimes it doesn't come up automatically. You have to kind of press on an icon down here, the keyboard icon, to bring up the keyboard as you wish. So it's not as easy to use as, say, a Android platform device. It's been optimized, but it still works pretty well. The split keyboard, as you can see here, tabs and divides your traditional keyboard onto two different sides for easy one and two-handed typing when you're holding a tablet like so. And overall, we were pretty good fans of this particular keyboard. We found ourselves to be enjoying the overall experience and layout to an extensive degree. Taking a look at the New York Times, you can see here that all your ads and flash content also loads fully onto the pages. You can also, of course, directly zoom in and out of different ads, and of course, you can see the detail of the screen. Speaking of, the viewing angles on the screen are very, very impressive. At 178 degrees, you can even see this at extreme angles. And also, the product can still be able to be seen under direct sunlight thanks to the fact that it has a very, very bright screen. Colors are vibrant, they pop out, and we were definitely very impressed with Samsung's technology they incorporated here. The optional stylus, which you can purchase for about $60 if you don't have it included or bundled up, adds a little bit of value by providing a mouse-like experience if you don't want to use your fingers, and it works pretty well with drawing and also different doodling applications here and there. Overall, as kind of a web-connected product, it definitely works really, really well, and you'll find that performance to a extensive extent will be a lot faster than your traditional, again, Intel Atom powered processor on other Windows-based tablets. And you can see how page loads are almost instantaneous, despite the fact that we are quite a few kind of feet from the router here in the labs, and so the product still is able to pick up our speed quite well, and you can see that images are showing up really fast. So if we wanted to, for example, search up our OS reviews, we can try and bring up the keyboard. We can also use handwriting recognition, by the way, if we want to do that. And it's a little bit awkward to type, again, with just one hand, but we can do that anyways. Close up the keyboard, press on our icon. Again, it's almost instantaneous, and then it's going to start loading our video here in the ad. We can also click to full screen. You can see that the sound quality is indeed very, very immersive. The screen is great for now into the Metro UI. You'll find that things are pretty easily organized into these tiles that you can customize in and out of, just like on most Windows 8 powered devices. You can drag and rearrange them and then add different names as you might expect. The Metro UI version is a little bit more optimized for touch, and it's more reminiscent of something like on a Windows RT tablet. And you'll find that more apparent. There are kind of, again, two versions of each applications on the computer running on Windows 8.1. You have the standard traditional one, and also this is kind of the optimized one for touch, which is about the same thing. This is Internet Explorer, but you can see it's a little bit more smooth and lucid for multi-touch and browsing the web. And there are also more gestures supported, like browsing up, sliding up. You have access to your different tools, your different pages. The keyboard is also a little bit more optimized for typing, which we do like and appreciate. And also you can swipe down as well to access your tabs. And you can also split the screen as well on this particular product. Like on all Windows 8 computers, you can actually drag and drop your different currently open applications by selecting them to the side there, and then you can now see your different desktops, your search keys, and then you can actually swipe back and forth between currently open applications, which is actually pretty impressive to do. And we can even split the screen if we want to, so we have half the screen showing something and then half the screen showing another part of the application, so we can run two applications simultaneously or more easily multitask, which is actually pretty cool. So it's great for those of you that love to use, again, a more complex setup, and you'll see how, because of the fact that it has a very good processor, the Core i5, the device experiences very little to no lag at all, which is, again, very, very impressive. And also the sound quality, once again, is quite great. So you can also get rid of a part of the application altogether by sliding it to the right, and also, again, sliding it back in by doing something like this. Swiping from the right-hand edge to the left-hand edge will reveal a quick setup here that allows you to search up your different applications from the computer. You can also go back to the Metro UI. You can search your settings and go back and forth in that department. It also shows your time and date information as well. So if we want to search something like paint, we can do that using either a stylus or our fingers, and it works pretty well. As far as copy and paste functionality is considered, it's also pretty nice as well on this particular version. You can hold on it until a text box appears, and then you can select everything and then copy it or paste it correspondingly. So it's improved functionality from previous versions of Windows. So as you can see here, you can also doodle away with the stylus or, of course, with your fingers. It supports both devices. And this is something that supports 10 points in terms of multi-touch, so it can actually support all 10 fingers, which again is quite impressive, at least in my book. So if you want to do something like write or draw, you can see how it works with Again, all 10 of your fingers, not just kind of one finger at a time, but again, all of your fingers. So it's something that's pretty cool. You can see how it drew all these lines over here. So we are fans of kind of the experience with that. Overall, again, this is a very powerful product. If you are kind of a gamer, I will say that the performance on here is considerably better than other tablets I've experienced in the past, as far as gaming experience is kind of named. It's going to get better GPU graphics and better kind of speed on your product without kind of stuttering and slowing down the computer as a whole. Of course, as a Windows product, you also have access to our traditional applications. You can install Office suites on here, install different games, and everything you might expect from a traditional Windows 8 CPU. So essentially, the main selling point of this particular product, the Samsung 7 Slate, is the fact that it has a Intel Core i5 chipset in a small portfolio, whereas its competitors only offer Intel Atom processors, so it's quite a lot faster. The 4 gigabytes of built-in RAM storage is also a lot, and coupled with the solid-state drive, it provides for a lightning-fast experience, great for gamers, great for people who love to watch videos online, streaming content, using graphics-intensive applications, and for multitasking. The touch sensitivity is really, really great. The camera is really great in terms of the resolution, and also the bundled stylus accesses and adds more functionality to the product as well. So overall, this is a nicely designed product, and we would definitely recommend it for those looking for a powerful tablet which does more than the average Windows or Android device does. And if those are the attributes that you're looking for, we would definitely recommend the Samsung Windows 7 Slate. But just be warned that you will have to pay a hefty price, about $1,300, depending on your configuration, to get your hands on one. Thanks for watching our video review here at osandvtxreviews.com. This has been the Samsung 7 Slate here at osvtxreviews.com and also OS Tech News.